Hi everyone. Here is a very short comprehension passage. It is a story that you have probably heard before. This passage has application-based questions which will test your higher order thinking skills. You must have heard of HOTS, higher order thinking skills. So can you apply your knowledge? Can you read between the lines? Can you understand more than what the passage is saying to you directly? That's the question. Are you ready to do this? Let's try it out. There were a large number of mice in an old house. No one had lived there for many years. There were a large number of mice in an old house. No one had lived there for many years. The question here is, what besides a mice infestation could happen to old houses that no one has lived in for many years? So it is not a direct question. You cannot find the answer in these lines, these two sentences that you can see on your screen. But you have to think more deeply and then answer the question. Use your imagination. You can imagine what an old house would be like. So mice would be there, most probably. But besides mice, what else would you find in an old house? Think. Here's my answer to help you. There could be mildew all over. It could be falling apart. Anything is possible. There might be a family of frogs living in a room. Maybe spiders, a lot of spider webs, cockroaches, lizards. You can name anything you want. You just use your imagination. Okay? Let's continue with this passage. The mice enjoyed themselves in that house. Sometimes a big cat would appear and eat up a large number of mice at one time. The mice were scared of the cat and wanted to get rid of it. So here's your question. Think of ways in which the mice would have enjoyed themselves in that house. It says in the passage, the mice enjoyed themselves in that house. The question is asking you, how do you think they enjoyed themselves? They enjoyed themselves. They were happy. They had a nice time. How? What do you think they did to keep themselves happy and entertained? What did they do? Use your imagination. Here's my answer. The mice would have run up and down the stairs, squeaking on top of their little lungs. They could have been swinging from curtains, if there were any in the house, or playing hide and seek with each other. That's what I think. You could think something completely different. All right? And no answer would be incorrect. You can use your imagination, which might be completely different from the way I'm thinking right now. If I think about the question tomorrow, I might think of something completely different. And it will still not be wrong. Okay? One day, the mice had a meeting. They discussed their problem. What was the problem? The cat. The cat was coming and eating them up. It was that they could not hear the cat coming. If they heard the cat, they would have been able to do something about it. So why did the mice need to hear the cat coming? My answer, if the mice heard the cat coming, they could run away and hide. And that might help to spare their lives, don't you think? A young mouse suggested that they should put a bell around the cat's neck. That would help them to know when the cat was coming close. Lovely suggestion, isn't it? A bell rings, and if a bell rings, then you will hear the sound. And even if you are fast asleep, maybe, except if you are sleeping very deeply, you would hear the bell and know something is happening. So it was a very brilliant suggestion. Do you think so? Was the young mouse's suggestion a good one? Give reasons for your answer. Made sense. But you can't just say yes or no. You have to give a reason for whatever you think. Here's my answer. The suggestion was a brilliant one. However, it was not a practical one. Don't you think so? How could it have been a practical solution? Could they have actually done what they thought they should do? Think about it. These application-based questions help you to think more deeply. All right? Everyone clapped because the young mouse had made a brilliant suggestion. How do you think the mice felt when they heard the suggestion? What do you think? I think the mice would have felt relieved, excited, happy. The mice probably felt relieved and glad that their lives might be spared at last. That was the objective of their meeting, to find a way of sparing their lives. And they thought they had found the perfect solution. The young mouse. Now, according to the passage, youth, well, they have the brains, but experience comes with age. Then an old mouse stood up and asked, "Who will bell the cat?" I told you, as you grow older, experience helps you to think in a different way. The question, was the old mouse's question a valid one? Explain your thoughts. Who will bell the cat? Was it a valid question? Yes, the old mouse's question was a valid one according to me. You may say no, but whatever you think, explain your thoughts. I am explaining mine. Yes, the old mouse's question was a valid one. While it was a good idea to put a bell around the cat's neck, it was not a practical solution to the problem. No mouse would risk its life to do something like that. So it was pointless making an impractical suggestion, even though it was a superb one. Do you agree or not? Well, you can choose not to agree with me, but just explain your thoughts. That's all. None of the mice came forward to take the risk of belling the cat. Why didn't the mice want to bell the cat? It was risky. Why was it risky? It would have been very dangerous to try and bell the cat. The mice could lose their lives if the cat caught them doing that. Right? Just then, the cat rushed in the middle of their meeting. The mice ran helter-skelter. However, the cat succeeded in catching a few mice. So even during the meeting, a few mice fell prey to the cat. Would you say that the mice had found a practical solution to their problem after their meeting? Why? My answer is no. The solution was definitely not a practical one. No mouse would risk its life by going close to the cat to put a bell around its neck. So they had actually not found a solution at all. And that's the end of the passage. Did you learn from it? I certainly hope you did. Cheerio.